Okay, how y'all doing? This is Herbalist Kareem, soon to be Dr. Kareem. Almost finished. I'm hoping I get it done this year. Okay, now we're gonna kind of talk straight on the topic. Okay, I got an email, an individual dealing with actually some. Matter of fact, let me just get right to the actual email. But before we get in there, let me make sure I actually send you. Anybody that want to send emails that having issues, okay? Uh, it's kind of difficult for us natural healers to address people's situation, but you can send your emails at support@foresightsoflife.com. Support at foresightsoflife.com. Okay, so individuals that are dealing with, you want to boost your immune system, okay, boom. We still got this bitter, and we got some new ones in already, so you want to come check those out. I'm going to be talking about that one, so I have to put that here. And we have that much famous Ethiopian black seed oil. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, and then I'm going to be talking about this one here. So I want to make sure I have it out on deck. I don't even know where it is. I got to find it right here. Okay. Which is Wild Oregano X. Okay. And what else? What else? I think that's pretty much it right there. And the detox. Now, let's get right to the email that someone sent. All right. Someone sent me this email about 7 days ago. I'm behind. My members, they answered the email for me, but we're going to get right into it. We're going to get right into it. Okay, the email is right here. I'm always going to keep people's names anonymous because that ain't what we do around here. All right? So check this out. The person says, hey, Brother Kareem, I developed genital warts on my penis a few months ago, and I went to see the doc and was prescribed. He mentioned the medication. We ain't gonna say it. It's a cream to use. I've been using it for about 10 weeks now, and I haven't noticed a difference at all. Is there a natural alternative way that I could use to resolve this issue? I would greatly appreciate your advice. Okay, so let me go ahead and minimize that email. Yes, it is. Okay, yes, it is. Let me just explain some things to you. A lot of people get confused and say, what? There's something that's called genital warts? Yes, it is. Okay, and it's not in the same family as HSV 1 or 2. Don't get it confused. So if you have yourself a mate and you're dealing with some type of STD, by the way, this is not medical advice. I am not a doctor yet. So I've been just a natural healer for over 15 years. So, you know, you got to have the doctor's credentials to speak on it here. All right. Anyways, it's not a death sentence. Pretty much none of them are. Okay. So stop thinking the world's over when this happens. You have to know how to take care of that situation. Okay. So, of course, you did the right thing by consulting with your medical doctor. But after you consult with the medical doctor and you feel you want to take some alternative ways, some natural ways, some holistic ways, some and reach out to a natural healer. Okay? That's where me and others like myself come into play. All right? Now listen here. Let me get right into it and tell you. Okay? Now, when you're dealing with genital warts, the AK name for it is HPV. Okay? A lot of people don't know what that is. You can look it up. It lives in the skin and causes fleshly growth. So they kind of look almost similar to like an ingrowing hair or a cyst that's underneath the layer of the skin, and it'd be like a bump. But they still have a little itchy feel, and they try to make themselves emerge. But it's like a wart underneath the skin. So how would you actually deal with something like this that just keeps on popping up and just won't go away? Okay, this is where these wonderful essential oils come into play. Okay, off the top of my dome, I'm gonna tell you right now, when you're dealing with anything like that, you can use tea tree on top, but you want to make sure it's gone because they'll try to linger around. Tea tree is a big dog. Peppermint essential oil, just keep it at bay. It don't want to really flee and whatnot. It might just keep it at bay. There's another one. But you got to use carrier oils with some of these ones I'm about to mention. Is what is called thyme essential oil and cinnamon essential oil. But to get down to the root of it, I looked up some information for you. Okay, I had to go into this one thing about us natural healers. We take care of the entire body. We just don't specialize in one area. It'd be a lot easier for us, but we just don't specialize for it. But let's just get to it. Let's go right. I want to make sure you understand. Okay. So this is what I would do. And this is what I'm going to tell you. Okay. So what actually will handle this situation is black seed oil. Yes, these. Another one is oregano oil. We just happen to have that too. Oregano eggs. Okay. Olive leaf extract. Okay. It's a virus repellent and a blocker. Okay. And you want to reset your immune system or give your immune system a way to fight. That's why I put this up here. Immune booster. If you don't want to get Kareem stuff, make sure you, when you're boosting your immune system, focus on zinc, vitamin C, and lysine. I'm going to do a video on zinc because a lot of people that's deficient in zinc, you're pretty much leaving yourself wide open for viruses. Wide open. Okay. Now you want to get yourself a stress support. That could be that ashwagandha. We carry that too. And lemon balm. All right. And you can use a Castro pack as well that deal with the actual nerve and the lymphatic detox. Okay. Now here's a recipe that I'm going to give you right here, King, and anybody else that's dealing with something like this. All right. What you want to make sure that you deal with on natural remedies, you want to make sure you have yourself some green tea extract. And I will make sure I get that olive leaf extract. You want to have that in your body, drink plenty of water to make sure you keep them bad boys from coming back. Okay. Then you want to get yourself some thuja. That's Thuja. Thuja. Yeah, it's spelled like that. It's pronounced thuja. The Thuja oil is potent. Okay, this is one of the traditional old school remedies, natural that people use. Apple cider vinegar is a beast as well. Reishi mushrooms and folate B12. So here's what I would deal with this situation. I would make sure you keep you take yourself you keep yourself olive leaf extract inside your body, and you keep yourself some green leaf extract in your body, and you make sure you take, this is what you want to take daily for about the next 5 to 7 days. You want to make sure that you actually take yourself some zinc every day. You really don't want to stop that anyway. And some vitamin C. Don't try to get all extra organic or this natural, just some vitamin C. You'll find it at Walmart, Amazon, and whatnot. And you want to get yourself some lysine. Lysine, you don't have to stay on all day long, but lysine will actually be a repellent and a blocker to let actually trying to come on back in your life. Okay, so let's recap. Olive leaf extract, you can get that in the capsule form. Okay, green tea extract, you can get it in the capsule form. What's the other one? Zinc, vitamin C, and lysine. Be on top of that at least 5 to 7 days straight. Okay, one time a day, you good because it's an extract. They're strong. Okay, lysine, vitamin C, and zinc. Then you don't have to be looking for no extract for that. Okay. The next one is a blend. This is for the topical, so you can create your own cream. All right. So the one I would do is I would use some black seed oil as your carrier. Okay. You get yourself something like a 1 ounce bottle, or you get them for like 10 of them. For you guys should always have. I've always been teaching for years. Over 10 years, I've been teaching you how to build your own apothecary. So if I was you, I would get yourself something like a 1 ounce or 2 ounce bottles, and you can make your own, topical on top of the skin. So I would use black seed oil as a carrier because it's an antiviral. It's a beast on top of the skin, which is the largest organ of the body, or larger organ on the body. And I would use, it's a beast inside the body. This is one of them oils that you can use inside, internal and external. I will use this as a carrier in like something like a 1 ounce bottle. It would look like something like this. You want to get yourself a amber tincture bottle on Amazon. You can probably get 10 of them for like $10. You know what I'm saying? It's not really, they're real cheap. And then the recipe you want to use is 3 drops. I'm gonna put it in there below so you can make sure you have it, okay? And anybody else that want to see 3 drops of oregano, okay? And if you don't want to get my wild oregano X that I have, you can get that actual P73. Ain't no gatekeeping over here. 3 drops of a wild oregano, or 3 drops of oregano P73, okay? 2 drops of tuja. Okay, because it's very strong. That's why it has to be diluted, okay, in the black seed oil, because that's the carrier. 2 drops of frankincense essential oil. I know my essential oils are strong, so you can cop that. Not that. You can get that at foresightsoflife.com and apply it directly to the area with the Q-tip. After you get it in like a tincture form, you can just drop it on a Q-tip, like this right here, and then you just apply it to that area, in the areas where it's at, twice a day. I'm telling you, give it about 2-3 days. You can do it more than just twice a day. You can do it 3-4 times a day. Okay, just carry your little serum around with you and be aggressive with it. It's all natural, and essential oils and black seed oils and the blood of the plant. This is what they are. And oregano, it's gonna go at it. It's gonna handle business. But you want to make sure that they just don't go away and hide in the bloodstream. That's where the zinc and the vitamin C and the lysine come in at. That's where the olive leaf extract comes in at. That's where the green tea extract comes in at. When they try to hide in the bloodstream and portions of the body somewhere in the cells, that's their job, to finish them off. Because they want to find a place that they can bury themselves out, and they will show up on the shaft underneath the skin. They will show up at the base of the shaft underneath the skin. They'll show up underneath the skin where you have your hair, pubic hairs at. Okay, they'll show up there underneath the skin, and it'll feel like an ingrown hair or a cyst underneath the skin. That's what it'll feel like when it's really a genital warts, aka HPV. But there's not a death sentence. They come and go. This stuff comes and goes in people's life, and you can get it from food or you can get it from a person. All right. So just keep it in mind. And they'll tell you in a minute, no, it don't come from food. You forgot where you live. You forgot where you reside. You forgot what type of food that's pumped with hormones that you're eating. Okay. Anyways, and you can also, if you want to go a little further, you can soak a cotton ball with apple cider vinegar. You know, you could go straight with that white distilled vinegar, but it might burn. You might not be able to handle it. But apple cider vinegar is a lot less forgiving. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more forgiving. So just use that on the cotton ball and apply directly to the wart 1 to 2 times every 2 hours. Okay? 1 to 2 times, yeah, every 2 hours. And then you want to apply some vitamin E or some coconut oil, or olive oil to the area, because it will kind of be sensitive, and then you'll be fine. But I want to make sure you had a actually breakdown, and anybody have a better understanding and a breakdown. So don't get confused and don't get scared and thinking like they're going to be with you for the rest of your life and you're afraid and whatnot, because, you know, and most people go in there thinking they have the HSV1 and HSV2. And then they're just really, really scared if they have a spouse and whatnot. Whatever it is, it can be a cyst, and you know, either you go to the doctor usually has some good stuff that can temporarily knock that out or permanently knock it out. But when it's actually, and you at your wit's end and you want to get back out there and enjoy yourself, holler at one of us herbalists and herbologists and natural healers, because we understand a little bit more on this side, on the holistic side, that Mother Nature should get to help the living. Herbalist Kareem, thank you for watching. If you ever need some information, send it to support@foresightsoflife.com. Peace.